discussing how, he doesn't approve of this. He likes you, Shanice. He says he likes you because you said that Jesus was king. But how do you feel about your dad going on live and, kind of putting you out there? Not that y'all not already out there in a bad way or good way, but he kind of, was just confirming a lot of the things that people were already saying in the comments, about the relationship. Did you see it?
I did not see a minute of
You
that.
probably gonna see the clips.
What?
But
No, I have not. They're talking about what?
your dad was just on live with Judge Karen or Karen's court.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I just followed her
Yeah.
tonight. But
So you got a question now?
yes, the question. Oh, well, the question was, how do you guys feel about it? But the question is,
I have a question, and this is why I always say the family that you create is more important than the family that you come from, because like what dad or what like brother or what aunt or uncle or mom do you know who would like publicly bash like their own like family member? Like, who do you know that would like do that? Like, even if somebody didn't agree with the way somebody was living their life, who would go and publicly bash that rather than kind of like dealing and talking to that family member like directly?
well, he said that he spoke to Olivia on the phone and that you were on the sidelines, basically telling her to wrap up that phone call. So I don't know, maybe he didn't feel like you. Maybe he feels like you're
Yeah,
like
so
kind of getting in the way of their relationship.
here's the thing. The thing is this. One, her dad was supposed to be coming here May 20th. Like, open invitation. He could have looked me in my eye. We could have had a conversation man to man. His concern for his daughter, I absolutely admire, and I totally get it. I don't have an issue with it. But it's just like, bro, you had an open invitation to come to my place and look me in my eye as a man and talk to me. Any problems, any questions, any comments, any concerns, any documentation, anything you needed to see, we could have hashed that out as men. But to go to social media without ever having a conversation with me is crazy. As far as me telling her to wrap that conversation up, her dad was talking to her for hours, and we like to get up early so we can go to the gym because we have a routine, get to the gym. Sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. But ideally, we like to get to the gym before the sun comes up, get a workout in so that way we can attack the day and handle our business. So if somebody just wants to stay up to midnight about drama, like that can kind of wait till like the next day, right? So if she tells me, hey, I really wanted to go to the gym, which she was telling me like, hey, I really want to go to the gym. I'm like, hey, babe, like we gave them like 30 minutes, like please wrap this up. And they were talking for hours. So it's like, at what point do you like kind of like just continue to like let that go on, right? I mean, she can talk to her dad. It's her dad, right? But I'm just like, hey, like if he wants to talk, like tell him like you guys can talk like later. Like when you just see like her father just like berating her and shouting insults at her and doing all this stuff for hours and she's getting visibly upset, that's my problem. Like I'm in the other room, I'm letting them have a conversation, and the reason why I came back there in the first place is because I hear Olivia yelling and I'm like, wow. So now it's just like, it's not like a bad thing, but she's just getting kind of like emotional. Obviously, it's an emotional conversation.
I mean, imagine how it is for the dad for,
Yeah, and I totally get it. And that's why he was supposed to come out and meet me man to man. Like I totally understand his position. I'm not mad at anything that he's saying or however he feels. I get it. Like who wouldn't be concerned for their daughter when they're dating a man that's like older and he's dating multiple women? I totally understand how that could look. I would think as a father, the respectful thing to do, the best thing to do would be to talk to that man and to have a face-to-face conversation. I know if I was a father, I would just want to meet the guy face-to-face rather than go into social media and speak on something that I don't really have like the data on. So again, people can kind of handle things the way they want to handle it. I just think it's crazy that, even if somebody doesn't support your decisions, that they will go and publicly speak against like their own daughter. To me is kind of wild, like to me, but again, different strokes for different folks.
So you're saying that, okay, because a person would only make that drastic decision or move to go online when they feel like they've exhausted all options in person and that like they're not getting through to anybody. So
So it's never happened in person, and I totally see. I get how it looks, but I still stand on the fact that her parents and her parents have an open invitation. They can come and visit anytime they want. They can stay in the guest bedroom. We are fully transparent. I will answer any question that they have. They can ask me anything about anything because I totally get why they would be concerned for their daughter. It's a unique situation. It's totally different, but I would just think that that's a conversation that we would have man to man, not social media. And like I said, her dad was supposed to be coming out here May 20th. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So I don't know how that got lost in the sauce and he just got like, whatever. I don't know. I'm not paying attention. I just don't know many parents that would go and speak against their kids. Like even people that have literally done things that are horribly wrong, their parents still like support them. And like for him to turn against her publicly for her relationship kind of seems a little like corny to me, to be completely honest.
okay. Now, Olivia. Wait, before I get to Olivia, Sean, have you ever like initiated, like have you ever been like, well, I know that I have this grown man's prized possession in my, under my wing. Let me go to him man to man and be like, hey, I'm with your daughter now and this is the situation. Have you ever like initiated conversation?
Yeah, we had a conversation when me and Olivia first started dating. Like, very first thing, I wanted to talk to him. We had a conversation, and it wasn't a bad conversation. He wasn't mad. I wasn't mad. It really was not a bad conversation. He disagreed, but I felt like there was like mutual respect. I still personally feel like he will come around. I feel like he's just, I don't know what he said. I just feel like he's talking and doesn't have the information and he's just on the outside looking in. And then me also knowing how TikTok works, to be honest with you, what I think happened is that a lot of haters kind of ran to him with lies and made up a bunch of stuff.
He said he's watched y'all live. He said he's watched y'all.
Hold on. So that's fine. But I still feel like the haters probably ran to him and was just saying a bunch of stuff. Kind of the same way they did my brother. And my brother felt like he was defending something that I never said in the first place. I don't claim to be perfect, but like I said, I don't dodge anybody. I'm willing to talk to him man to man and just have a conversation. I get his position. I get his concern. I just personally don't father. I just don't know many fathers.
Olivia, I wanted to ask you a question. Does the way your father feel, does it not?
Hold on. I don't know a lot of fathers that will go and publicly bash their daughter, or even if they disagree with their daughter's decision making. I just don't know.
He was speaking very highly of Olivia. He wasn't bashing her to me.
Okay.
I come from that type of family, so I know what bashing is. But when her father was just online speaking to Karen, he spoke of her in a very with very high standards. So you can tell that he was disappointed and obviously, hurt by it. But Olivia, does the way your father feel about your relationship, does that bother you at all? Or, that, stuff like this is stuff that you're never going to be able to go back on and change. Like this changes people's perception of you forever. So I know you might not care about that in this moment.
I know, but whose perception is it changing?
The people that forget all the people on TikTok right now. We talking about people that know you in real life, real life type shit.
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care?
No, I wouldn't care.
Because, this internet shit is not real. It's not real. The internet is not real. It's fake. So when you have to go back to these people that you know in real life and you don't know none of these people on social media, it's going to be like, hey, and they're going to be like, oh, hey, you don't remember how, you dissed us to, be with whoever and whatnot?
Who dissed anybody? I never had dissed anybody. Who did I
Let's
diss?
not say diss, but when you're not on the same page with people and it kind of just stays on that page, then you're going to have to go back and rebuild those relationships, especially with your parents.
Respectfully, I'm not here to be on the same page with everyone in my past and everyone that's not rooting for my success. I'm not on the same page with them, and I'm fine with that. That's how I would like it to be. Okay. I'm on the same page with people that want to support me and people that see the vision, because we're going to help thousands of people. If you don't see the vision of that, I'm not here to convince
I see the vision, girl. I see the vision. I see the vision. Okay, now Shanice, because I was gonna ask you if you knew your dad, but your dad made a grand appearance tonight, so I don't need to ask that. Shanice, how's your relationship with your father? Hi, Shanice, how you doing? You look pretty. You look real good, girl, as usual, as always. You know, you look real good, as always, girl.
My relationship with my father and my stepfather are very good.
That's good. That's good. Have they expressed, their opinions on the relationship that you're in currently?
Not exactly opinions. They, in regards to their concerns, it's just the fact that it's not what they're used to seeing. So of course they have questions, but they're not opposed whatsoever. They support me.
They're not opposed. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. What your mom approves of the relationship? Like, do people that you know personally do they approve?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Sean, what about you? Do you know your dad? Not, and I'm not trying to bring up no like this in like any
I know
statistic
my
type of way.
dad. I know my dad. He disagrees
You
with
disagree.
like the way that I'm actually, executing. He disagrees with like the dynamics of my relationship. But he didn't like, it wasn't like a big argument or anything. Like he just disagreed with it. So I think again, people have a lot of misinformation, and they just see us with me with two women, and they just automatically want over actualize everything. But to be honest with you, the way I look at all of this, what I've learned in life is that the universe will give you everything you ever ask for, but it always comes with a test. And it comes with a test to see if you really want what you say you want. So I feel like all of this noise and all the negativity is just a test to see like, hey, do I really want what I'm asking for? A lot of the times, and entrepreneurs can really attest to this, and athletes can really attest to this, you get really, 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 really challenged right before a really big level up, and I feel like we're just about to take off like a rocket ship.
I agree.
And all this negativity is coming to see if this is what we really want, if that next level is what we really want. To be honest, that's how I look at all this.
Okay. All right, Olivia, back to you. So your dad had mentioned on the live that you said that your mother grew up, I don't want to say financially challenged or in poverty, somewhere along the lines of that. But he said that you were eating caviar all the time, that you traveled all over the place. You had your own car, this, that, and the third. So what do you have to say about your dad saying that you're basically coming on the internet and lying about it?
Amazing. Completely understand from his standpoint. Now, first on, I always said that I came from a low income single mom household. Now, I'm not going to expose my mom's salaries online, but if you search up what the American low-income household median is and average is, that's my mom's income, and even lower. So, she was low income. Let's talk about the caviar. The thing, I wasn't always eating caviar. My mom has never bought caviar. My mom works for rich people, and we used to live with the rich people. Right? Because they would pay for the housing. And they would just cook meals together, we would eat together. They were Asian, so we would all share meals, and they happened to buy caviar. It was not coming from my mom's pocket, but it was coming from their pocket because I happened to be in the same household. And that's how I was eating caviar. So when he says that I'm eating caviar all the time, he's not even telling the truth, first of all. Now let's talk about traveling. Again, my mom is making a low-income household, like a low income. However, she had very low expenses because she did not have to pay rent. The work paid for her rent. That's exactly why she stayed with that job for almost over 10 years. So with that, she had a good amount of disposable income. Because you can still have disposable income and you have $30,000. However, you don't have a lot of expenses because you're not paying rent. You see what I mean? So she wasn't paying rent, so she had a lot of extra disposable income. And I would say every now and then we went on trips. We went to Bali. Tickets to Bali are about $2,000. Tickets to France are about under $2,000. So since she's not paying rent, she had the ability to buy that. And my mom's an amazing woman. She's great. She wanted to give me all the best experiences. She wanted me to live a great life, and I love her for that. But that's basically how it worked.
Okay. Listen, I know some people that grew up in, some projects, so
I'm not saying I'm like,
they ain't never been to Bali.
I was never dirt poor, but there was even points where we couldn't even afford a mattress to sleep on.
So would you say that where you are right now, would you say like the environment that you're in right now and versus like compared to the environment that was considered, low income for you when you were growing up with your mother, would you say that there's a big difference in finance? Do you feel like you leveled up in that sense?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
How?
Wait, how what? My environment or what are you talking about?
Because basically, like, I've been seeing you guys come on here, and Sean, I really appreciate the work that you're doing. You say that you're giving back to single moms. I know that you guys just paid somebody's rent. You're allowing people to come up on here and promote their businesses. And I know that you guys have individually your own businesses as well that you're working on. So, like, do you feel like where you are right now in this relationship is an upgrade? Like, do you feel like this is like gonna take you to where you want to go?
That's a question for Olivia, correct?
Correct.
Oh, I thought it was for him. I was not listening. Can you repeat that?
I said okay, so you said you grew up in low income, right? And right now you guys say that you make what, like 5,000? Sean said, I remember, because I be paying attention. You said that you would feel like a failure if you're not making 5,000 a day, right?
No, 5 figures a month.
Okay, something along the lines.
You're talking about Olivia.
I'm just going to like reiterate the question that I asked Olivia. So do you feel like from where you were as a child to where you are, do you feel like you've upgraded, like you've reached the point that you wanted to reach when it comes to like financial status? Because if it's about the money, that's what I'm getting. So do you feel like you're on your way there, or are you there, or is Sean financially providing for you the way that you've always wanted?
It's not really about the money. I think it's more about the environment. I'm more of an environment that's going to push me to higher limits and does not suppress me. It's not that my parents were suppressive, it's that they didn't know any better and they can't teach me something they haven't done. So in terms of my environment, I think this is a rich environment. Rich does not mean money, it means abundant, right? So I feel like I'm in an environment of abundance and richness, aka. And, back then when I was like with my mom and stuff like that, I would not say that's a rich environment. And what's the opposite of rich? Poor. And not poor financially. I'm saying that I just couldn't reach my potential in that environment. Simply, that's what it is. It's not just financially poor.
Okay. So next question.
Go ahead. You mind if I ask something? I'm going to ask something when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Somebody told me to ask about y'all splitting rent, but the question I really wanted to ask y'all, I know we're not supposed to talk about this, so I'm going to try to, keep it PG. When y'all, have fun, get spicy, are y'all wrapping things up?
Loaves. No.
Oh. Okay. You said you had a question for me.
Yeah. So, as far as like, I hope anybody that's watching, man, I really hope you guys learn from this. And by learn from this, I mean like, bro, just go after your dreams. Like, you guys are going to listen, I always say this, and some people may not get this. I always say this, but if you're watching right now, you might want to take notes, because this will be one of the realest, coldest bars you ever hear in your life. I always say, talent hits a target that nobody else can hit, but genius hits a target that nobody else can see. I'm going to say it again. Talent hits a target that nobody else can hit, but genius hits a target that nobody else can see. What's my point? When you create a vision for your life, you're creating a target that nobody else can see except for you. but it allows you to unlock your inner genius. Because there's 50,000 people here watching this. If you're watching this, I promise you, you have an inner genius in you. But when you come up with your vision, when you come up with your goals, people gonna call you crazy. People gonna doubt you. They're gonna tell you it's never gonna happen. You're gonna be doubted by the people that you love the most. Mm-hmm. But it's a reason why the 1% are the 1%. If you want to be in the top 1%, you got to do what the other 99% are willing to do. Most people would rather stay in the comfort of their parents' advice than do what's uncomfortable and get the 1% result. So I'm not trying to say you got to.
So are you kind of low-key admitting that you're doing this just to get...
Hold on. I'm not trying to say you got to do poly. But I'm saying the genius is in the principles, man. Some of you guys may want to be an engineer. Some of you guys may want to be a lawyer. Some of you guys want to be an entrepreneur. And your parents may be like, hey, don't do that. Go this way. But you got to chase your dreams. So I'm going to say it again. Talent hits a target that nobody else can hit. But genius hits a target that nobody else can see. And when you have a strong vision for your life, you're creating a target that nobody else can see except for you. And people are going to call you crazy, but it's going to allow you to unlock your inner genius. And if you guys get that, you guys will understand one of the biggest secrets to success. Because when I was in the military and I told people I'm gonna start making $20,000 a month, people call me crazy. When I quit that job that I was making $20,000 a month and said I'm gonna start my own business and start making 6 figures a month, people call me crazy. When I said I was gonna start doing poly, people said it wouldn't work. And when I sit up here and tell y'all I'm gonna become a billionaire, I'm going to help families all over America, and I'm gonna build the most beautiful and powerful family America's ever seen, people call me crazy. But you guys are gonna find out what I already know, because I'm so stubborn on my vision that it allows me to unlock my inner genius. People thought Elon was crazy when he started putting people on Mars. And that's what you guys got to get. So I hope that you guys take this as some sort of motivation. You don't have to do poly, but go after your dreams and realize people are going to doubt you. It comes with the territory. Keep going, keep pounding. Okay? All of the negative talk, you guys got to go and look me up, man, on Instagram, Sean_T_, just the one with the blue check. Her dad, whatever, everybody's doubting me, and I don't claim to be a perfect man. I still have my struggles to this day. But you can go and look me up on Instagram, Sean_T_, just the one with the blue check. Look at my highlight. It's called Lifestyle. You can see what I've been up to for the last 2 years. Also look at my testimonials and the people that I've actually helped. And guys, why do I take all the backlash? Because if I got to go through 1 million haters to help one person become a millionaire, to help one person change the trajectory of their whole life and take care of their family, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make any sacrifice that I need to make, and y'all going to call me crazy. But 10 years from now, y'all going to be like, wow, he put so many people on. He helped so many people out. He helped so many single moms. He built churches. He built communities. He did all that. And I can't do it alone, because I could never achieve my mission without my queens. That's just to be completely transparent, right? They allow me to focus. They allow me to do great things. And all we want to do is good in the world. Have we trolled people? Yes. Have we got passionate? But who have we really disrespected? What have we done that's been so bad? I can see if this man's daughter was on OnlyFans or do stripping in a club or doing any of that, but she's not doing none of that. She's still working on her business. So I don't understand why it triggers people so bad. So I just want to
feel like you're not really leading her. He said you're not really leading her as a man. You're disrespectful. I don't know what's that word, exploitation, maybe along the lines of exploiting Olivia because she's still young and she don't know better. I'm 24, so I can definitely tell you at 20, girl, you don't know shit. Nothing. And this internet shit is forever. So when you 24, 25, trying to say, oh, I'm just I want to disassociate myself from that part of my past. That wasn't me. I was just going through things. People are going to remember that about you forever.
Remember what? What are they going to remember? That she dated a guy? What did Olivia do that's so wrong? Please tell me.
There are people on TikTok that go around saying that they're getting fired for just doing a regular funny TikTok at their job. So say Olivia is attaching herself to this and she wants to go work for a professional company or something like that. They're going to be able to look up.
We don't do the job thing. That will never happen. We run our own companies. You're not going to catch her at a job. That's crazy. That's
in the middle of a recession.
I don't even know how to write a resume. I don't even know. I can't even spell resume. That's not
something to brag about.
You say what?
That's not something to brag about.
That is something to brag about. What do you mean? That is something to brag about. Guys, listen, if everybody is doing something, it's not designed to make you super successful. If everybody's doing it, that's the quickest way to be mediocre.
Right.
You guys gotta like learn to create your own path. I'm not telling you to do anything wrong. I'm not telling you to do that, but you gotta learn to pave your own way. You guys gotta learn to expand your vision, man. Because a lot of people give up on their dreams because of their parents. Like this guy, her pops is going and talking, but I haven't seen. He's worried about me buying her some shoes, but he's not talking about how we paying single moms rent. Which one's more important, Mr. Appleberry? I hope they clip this up and show it to you. Would you rather me buy your daughter some red bottoms or help a single mom, help a family? Because Olivia said, "Yo, forget the red bottoms, King. I don't care about that." Hey, we're
Olivia, you should not be letting Sean.
We're trying
do that to your dad.
We're trying to help people all over the world. Speaking of helping people all over the world, man, listen, man, we want to give you guys some free game. If you guys are watching this, you got a 700 plus credit score, you got a crazy vision, you want to do big things in your life. We want to give you strategy that you can take and use and implement to improve your life. With that being said, if you got a 700 plus credit score, you want to learn to make 10 to 15,000 a month. I literally teach you guys this for free every single day. DM me on Instagram, Sean_T_Adam, just to want the blue check. DM me free game, and I'll teach you for free how to make $10,000 to $15,000 a month. I'll never ask you for your credit card. I'll never ask you for money online, and I only got one account. And for my guys out there, you got a really, 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 really big dream, or maybe you don't even have the dream yet, but you know